welcome to Dev Diary number 3. There was a 2-week difference, or a week, no, actually, yeah, 2 weeks difference between this diary and the previous diary, which is viewable on my YouTube. View it if you desire. There's not very much in it, and I didn't speak. I just basically showed off a bunch of blueprints that not many people will be able to understand, because it was so low resolution it probably won't even help you. But it basically just showed a super basic saving and loading system of the location, which still works as intended. But in this version, I don't know if I showed in the previous version, but the menu still doesn't work at all. It should, and this should be gone because multiplayer was dropped, as I'll mention later. Start new game. It will drop you off here, always facing north, because it doesn't actually save your rotation. However, that isn't much of an issue. If anything, that would be useful, as in case you get lost. As you can see here, big new addition, BunnyBots. They are super basic, super crappy looking, super buggy AI that you can kill. Although, don't tell them that because they don't much like it. As you can see, I received 5 XP. If we reset, you will notice that I have actual EXP on the bottom left there, as well as health. That started, as I started a new game, that was set to 0 for health and EXP. Although health shouldn't be set to 0 upon spawning. There is no death mechanics in this game currently, it just resets back to 10 or 100 when you start a new game, or respawn. No, when you when the health becomes 0, it will just reset back to 100, and it won't really do anything negative towards you. And it does work. The HUD does work completely. It just doesn't show that the stamina and magic degenerate because there is nothing taken away from them, but they do update correctly. Anyway, the BunnyBots were created. They have scaling to player properties, which wasn't at all present in the previous diary. So in 2 weeks, I managed to get off my lazy ass and do this. And actually, as you can see in the distance there, you can kill these bunnies in 5 clicks because it takes 20 damage per click. Oh yeah, that is the buggy part about these, and probably the most buggiest part about them is that they just sometimes spaz out. You can stand on their heads as well, although when they're doing that, I don't suggest doing it. And like I said, they can scale to the player fully, and it's based on your rank or your level. Most games do that. Skyrim does it, especially. But the health will scale. Well, actually, no, the level will scale, and then their health will scale to their own level and rewards. And their level is based on your level plus 1 plus 4 or 1. So it's pretty varied. This is pretty obvious in terms of their EXP. Also, they can be turned, their scaling can be turned off in blueprints, not in blueprints, but each bunny can have their scaling or chasing turned off individually. As you can see, that one had 13 EXP, and I think it was level 6. If we return to here, and load, you can see in the top left it will actually show you all of the AI levels and their EXP and their health. Level 9000 bunny is the one that gives you the 1,000,000 XP. Although there is a bug with the 1,000,000 XP bunny, if you ever get your hands on this, for whatever bizarre reason. I think it's this one. Yeah, as you can see, it ranked me up to level 2, but it didn't actually give me any extra XP. My intention was that if you got more XP than was thought of, and if you finally get high enough rank to get the leveled bunny to actually give you more XP than you actually have as a max, it will properly give you the extra XP. But the 1,000,000 XP bunny doesn't. It seems to give you way more than was intended, and freaks out. However, because it freaks out, it still manages to set the EXP to 0. But it only gives you 1 rank. I fixed that in the next version. But however, it's kind of weird seeing it work still in this. as I've already fixed it. But once you get XP, it will fix it, and you'll still continue to gain XP. I did attempt to make it so that you could continue to get all the EXP, but it didn't work out. Not only that, but that wasn't really what I wanted, as that would allow you to just break the game completely. What else is there? Oh, if you do attempt to get the million XP bunny and save, something pretty silly happens. Normally when you kill a bunny, it will automatically save your EXP every time you kill something, as to not lose progress. That might cause issue in the future, but right now it doesn't cause any issues. However, besides, the only issue with doing this is that it doesn't save. I have no idea why. I fixed it, so I don't really care. But it's weird seeing it. I'm assuming because it's a null, because it didn't actually update your EXP beyond 0 and a ranker. It doesn't save it, although it should. I don't know. I fixed it, so I can't tell you. What else is there? I had a list, but not very professional, as you can see. Debug tool was added, top right. You can see your number of frames and the actual speed of the game, or the delay, I guess. I think that's just the processing speed of the game. If you overload it will drop and then it will become laggy. And also, there are a few things in this version that will actually show up with debugging enabled. I don't know if debugging carries on through level changes by going back to the menu and back. The frame rate will stay, but I don't think it will actually show you anything extra. I may have to fix that. I didn't actually think of that earlier. Anyway, damage is not scaled. It's not scaled because I'm planning on adding shops in the next version, which goes on. I think this is basically all I have for the things I updated. I'm not sure. I've done this 4 times now. I've done this video 4 times now, and I completely forget what I've actually said each time. Anyway, so plan for the next version, because I'm actually in the process of making the next version. Because I've been making it for like at least 5 hours now, or maybe even the entire day, because it's currently 4 in the morning. Actually, it's 4:20 in the morning. Oh, look at that. How convenient. Anyway, so plan the next version is more races. I don't know if I'll actually get around to that though. That might take more than a week to do. Knowing me, because I've got loads of other stuff to do. I've got flying vessels to make, which will allow me to make more islands and enable like an island radius that will respawn the bunnies whenever you leave it, or whenever you come back, because the idea is that the bunnies will despawn when you leave to free up any space in the memory, causing less lag, hopefully. And also probably despawn the island if you get too far away. But with flying vessels, you'll be able to just go off and go to different islands. This will massively improve the game in terms of gameplay, because as of right now there is gameplay in terms of getting the XP. Which honestly, there's probably more gameplay than most games have on Steam Greenlight. And also, families and death will be coming in the next version. I have not explained to anyone besides my little circle of friends that how death works. They were unwilling to listen, but I told them anyways. And I'll probably explain it later, when I get around to making it. But it will tie into families, which I'll be making as well. So you'll have to have families and children in order to actually continue living. You're not a vampire. You basically, if you die, you respawn as your child. That is quite basically how it works, or how it will work. You're spawning AI, super basic shops. So you'll be able to go up to one of these BunnyBots during the day, and they'll walk up to a shop and they'll stand in it, and then you can click on them and they'll say, "Hey, do you want to buy a weapon?" And then you can buy the weapon. And homes are another thing they'll be adding as well. BunnyBots should go to the homes during night. Whether or not I'll make it so that the BunnyBots home is randomized per new game, I don't know. might do that, actually. Level upgrades as well, for rank. You'll actually get perks, which will probably let you upgrade your speed. I don't intend the speed being this fast in vanilla when I get around to it. I kind of like the game to be a little bit slower than this. But each race will have different jump heights as well. Also, I'm planning on there being a max level that you can get to, like 100 or something. Because it's kind of, right now it's kind of easy to rank up. I don't know how, it'll probably take you at least, if I was to sit here and constantly go back between the menu and here, it'd probably take me like 15 minutes to get to max rank. Probably, but that's only because of the million XP money. But they will be, I'll probably add like an extra, like, I don't know, second level per 100 levels that you can get, that will like give you like permanent perks between lives. I don't know. Anyway, one more thing. I'm in the process of making video settings for the game, because as of right now, this doesn't do anything. And that's kind of weird not seeing that work. That's weird. Because in the next version, the one I'm literally making right now, well not literally, but one I'm making currently, this will actually open up into another menu and then into the ability to choose video, and then you can change your video settings, which goes through basically the most popular settings. Resolution, first full screen, VSync, all that. And then I'll probably forget about that for a few months, add audio, once I actually have more audio, and then I'll do the rest of it. But oh crap, oh, there's another thing. You don't die if you fall off the edge of the map. That's one thing I didn't actually show off. If you fall off the edge of the map, and as you can see it looks a bit weird, as well as hearing all the sounds of the world, because it is actually on the directional, if you leave, it will say in the top left there, can't save or midair. Which is actually an extremely useful thing. Oh, the game doesn't save your location. When moving around, there is no autosave right now. I probably won't even add an autosave. Because, well, there's everybody freaking out. Because eventually you'll be forced to sleep to advanced days. And you will lose stamina, or max stamina, if you stay awake too long. Alright, I think I've actually dragged on for too long now. This has been this third Dev Diary. There's many more to come next week, hopefully. Anyway, this has been Lexidoll, making Skyways.